to grab this pipe. Just stash the entire production line. I'm going to grab a water treatment thingy, which is from here. I don't have any. Are you kidding me? Make a couple of those, I suppose. Okay, put you like directly here, and then pipe into there. Power. Go here. So that's going into there, which means I can get rid of this. Oh, I can just get rid of. Oh, hello? I wish to drag that, please. Okay, that does that. This is getting the inert Shirkon effluent directly from here. I could just put it like right there. I'll grab this later. And this. I can do that. And then all of these little tanks. As cool as the fluid bay is, I don't need it anymore. And it's nice to have more space. And then do that, and then stash. There we go. It does mean I need to do that, do that. Okay. That cleans that up a bit. Um, I have a zipline tower in here. Okay, so that cleans that up a bit. I'm just going to make sure these are both working. This water treatment unit should be getting sewage every so often. This water treatment unit should be getting Shirkon effluent pretty consistently. Goes at the exact speed that it's using it up. Unlike the sewage, which is really slow, to the point you can actually see the liquid like flowing in there. Okay, that fixes that up a little bit. I also cleaned these two up. There's a second protocol stash here now. This protocol stash is exclusively Cuprium, while this protocol stash is Shirkon. As long as the Shirkon can still flow a little bit, it means the power will last a bit longer. Because that was the only problem before, was that the Shirkon wasn't coming out fast enough. Or rather, the Shirkon was being blocked from going at this because I had made a thing go all the way around and out there. But now I don't have that anymore, so that's no longer a problem. Okay. Anything else particular I need to fix here? I don't think so. Oh, I do want to work on the... do I have any of them in here? There should be at least one. I think it's this corner one here. Let's see. Let me look in the packaging unit real quick. Packaging unit. Yeah, okay. So this uses Cuprium parts and Cuprium bottles. So that is what I want to do. I want to make the Yajin Syringe A production and Jinkat T production. Because this will stop me from using Ferium for these, because I don't fucking have enough of it. Because there isn't any Ferium here. In fact, I'm pretty sure this thing is still moving Ferium over here. Yeah. It's still moving 1.5 thousand Ferium here every, like, hour-ish. It's not quite enough. Barium is one of the biggest problems here. I gotta turn these off now. I kind of want to turn these off because I'm not going to use them anymore. Like Ferium, as you can see, is just its usage is way higher than its yield, and even with the amount I'm getting from that, it's just not enough. And I would rather all of my Ferium go into one thing than the Cuprium, which the Cuprium is only used for like the Shirenite thing doesn't even actually use Cuprium. Plus, any amount of Cuprium I do get, I need to make sure I don't get too much. Because if I have too much Cuprium, then I don't have any sewage. And if I don't have sewage, then like this entire thing stops working and I lose power again. So I want to make sure I don't get too much Cuprium. And I still think I'm using enough. Or I still don't think I'm using fully enough Cuprium. Yeah, my yield and usage is the same. Is what it says right now. But actually, my yield is actually higher than that because I'm maxing out Cuprium more. And then raw Cuprium is also something I want to do. Yeah, here. I'm actually using too much of it. Really? I feel like I'm not going over. It doesn't feel like I'm going over. Nice. We'll see. Let me think. I do kind of still want to do this anyway, considering these don't produce quite as much as I actually want anymore. Yeah. Well, even if I'm using too much Cuprium, it's not too big of an issue. Since all that would do is slow down the stuff, which is already being slowed down a lot from Ferium. So, I am going to build a new thing. I'm going to get rid of this right now, just for making sure I have space. So, not to mention that this isn't even like max efficiency either, or anything like that. This is just the simplest one I could make. I'm gonna go this. I'm not going to stash all of this. Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff in here now. I can go drop the Jin Cow out here. Don't need it. Okay. So, what all do we need to make? So, it obviously has to end in a packaging unit. So I'm just going to throw a packaging unit all over here. I keep forgetting. I'm going to go into this bed real quick. We have a packaging unit all over here, right? So this thing needs two things. So the first one we're going to make, because we just replaced the Jincow one, is we're going to make this. So we need Cuprium bottles filled with Jincow solution and Cuprium parts. So obviously we need the filling unit and the fitting unit. In fact, we don't even need the filling unit. We don't even need the fitting unit. We produce a bunch of Cuprium parts anyways. So that's not even necessary. So instead, I'm going to work on Can I zoom in? Thank you. Okay, so so that means we need. Oh, where's the filling unit? That's what I'm going to do first. Filling unit. Luckily, the liquid part is out that direction. So that's one filling unit. That means this thing needs the bottle and the gin cow solution. So bottle is simple. That's just a molding unit, which is also going to take raw cuprium. So molding unit, molding unit, molding unit, molding unit. I'm going to have this take not the pure cuprium, the refined cuprium. I'm going to have this take this. No. No. Because then I'd have to put another water thing here, and that's annoying. Because I'm already going to have to do another water thing. Speaking of, where was I getting that water thing? Or did I take that all with me as well when I did the thing? Oh, here it is. Well, at least I have this already over here. Oh, forgot where exactly the pipe is going to go later. Okay, so the molding unit is going to take just the raw cuprium, or the actual cuprium itself now. I don't have more space for more fluid pumps over here. Let's be for real. I mean, I could put another fluid pump there here. I think. Where's the fluid pump? So it's not quite enough space here. It's annoying. It needs at least. Well, it only needs two spaces. Oh, but everything's here is not like perfectly placed. That's annoying. Oh, hold on. The only thing that's causing issues is this one. I just stash this and this. And then I stash this as well. This one becomes unpowered. But I can fix that really quickly. Pylon. Actually, no, because it's outside, I need to put shear knife pylon. Okay. Let me see how many things I can put here at once. There we go. And then I put. Okay, so that's 3, so I can actually do that. Okay, I think I will. Okay. So production 1, refining unit goes here. And then I also need the reactor crucible, the default one, not the expanded one. I mean, I could do expanded one. I'm going to probably work on a fully functional, like thing for that. I need one space for that. Okay. Water comes around and into here, and then it comes out this way. Or it's probably going to come out this direction to go into here. Well, actually, that means I don't need 3 fluid pumps. I just need 2. But that's whatever. Is that all I need? Because that's filling units, bottle, and this is the part, but that comes out directly. So the only 3 things I need again, or again, I just need 3 things. This works again on the corner. Depot access, Depot unloader. Depot unloader. This can be Gen Cow. This one can be this. The other one is. Well, the first one could be Gen Cow. That one is the other thing, and then this is the parts. Mm-hmm. This takes Gen Cow directly into here. This takes the Coprium directly into here. This takes the parts directly into here. That I also need depot access. Protocol stash goes here. Shear knife pylons need to come out here for water. I only need 2 of them right now. Oh no, that means I don't need this one. I need this one over here. Need water going up to here, over to this fine unit, and then hold on. Brown. There we go. This goes in the refining unit. And this one go up over into the reactor crucible. And then the reactor crucible go up, over, and into, and there's the filling unit. Well, that should be all I need. That should be it. Depot unloader. You need to be Jin Cow powder. Right, I need the shredder first. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to take you and I'm going to stash you. And I'm going to go to production 1 shredding unit. There. Oh, I need another power. That's annoying. I can have 1 power thing powering this half, I think. Hold on, if I remove this, how much is unpowered? Everything on this side. If I take you and move you here, that powers the first half, and then the second half can be powered by these 3. Not if it reaches. If I had it here. I'm going to stash you. I'm going to stash you. I'm going to place the electric pylon where it powers everything here. I'm going to take this piece here. I'm going to move it up and around into this. What? I don't know why you kept doing that. That was weird. This one can go up, around, over, in. There we go. And that makes it go around with your pylon. Not everything's powered. Okay. This takes the Jinkou directly from its position. This takes the raw Cuprium ore. And this will take the Cuprium parts. So those Cuprium parts are actually doing something. That should slowly in here generate the stuff I need. This should start generating Jinkou solution. I think. Maybe. Oh wait, hold on. No, I don't want to initiate power transmission. Hold on. I need to set this to Jinkou solution. Okay. That puts Jinkou solution out to here, and then puts it out to here. That goes into this filling unit, which is currently receiving nothing because I forgot to set everything up over there. Oh, it's on the wrong side. Wait, no. I need to do that. This. That. Yeah, that goes here. This produces bottles. Bottles go in here. This thing, along with the Jinkou solution, produces Cuprium bottles. The Jinkou solution. That Jinkou solution goes into here, and that combines with that to make Jinkou tea. Which then has to go out here again. Because I forgot to set this up. Oh, for fuck's sake. That will start making Jinkou tea, and that goes into the thing. Later, I will experiment with using an expanded crucible to generate both Jinkou solution and Yajin solution. Maybe I can have that as a separate spot in another base, where I have a system that's doing only that, and then puts it into bottles, and then filling units, and then all of that goes directly into the depot. I could do that. No, maybe I can set that up right now. Something that skips the whole thing here and just puts it directly into a bottle for me using one expanded crucible into two different filling units, and then those go straight into the depot, and then that is just taken directly out into packaging units. Maybe I'm not sure if that'll help, but I feel like having one giant thing would be better overall. But I want to make it even. I'll probably draw it out, to be honest. Like, probably draw it on a piece of paper first. I mean, I have a large enough space here, maybe. Maybe I could do it here. I might look around, though. It's funny, we have the fluid tanks show up here. My fluid tanks everywhere. Okay, let me check. Do I have a super big area where I can just, like, do it? I don't think I have enough large enough space here. I might be able to do it in the marker stone, though. That area is a little emptier now. Yeah, it does have a bit of empty space, but they're not in great spots. Well, to be fair, a lot of that is actually this thing right here, which I'm also about to get rid of. So, everything in this system needs to get removed. The crucible, the water. But this is splitting from this. I can't get rid of this because it's splitting from. I can get rid of that, but I can't get rid of that. That's Well, is this a belt bridge? Is that a belt bridge? Is that a pipe bridge or I don't know, I'm not touching it. Seems like a bad idea. Okay. Let me do this. Go through and do all this. This will give us a bunch of space to work with. I think I grabbed everything. Okay. And then we stash the whole thing. Oh, there were some things I missed here. Oh, and this. Okay. And of course, just like the gin cows earlier, I can just drop these. I've reduced way more than enough. Okay. This gives us a big space to work with. I want to build a fully symmetrical system. And of course, all of it is going to surround an expanded crucible. It should only need the one input of water, which is nice. So this thing is what I need to surround it with. Okay, so let's try this. So this expanded crucible is going to be next to 2 filling units, which will then be connected to 2 packaging units. Can't put them too close to each other. I need them to have at least 1 unit of space, so that they can both get liquid. And then those both go into packaging units. I'll put this one out here for now. I have all this space to work with, so I don't have to worry too much. I could probably do a step system actually for this. Bring these down a bunch. So that I have all the space. Sure, these can touch. Same with both of these. In fact, all of these can touch. And I can probably get them closer together. Like that. I don't need you being powered right now. I can turn you off real quick. It's a waste of power. How my power usage go down to... Oh yeah, because I removed a bunch of stuff. I'm stupid. Okay. This stuff is only taking the stuff, like the liquid, directly from this. So, as long as there's 2 units of space here. The expanded crucible is never going to be giving physical objects, so I don't need to worry about these. I just need to worry about these. One of these is going to go around into one of the filling units, and the other's going to go on the other. In fact, I can go right ahead and simulate that here. Oh, there we go. That. Oh, nope. Like that. And then this one goes around the same direction. Goes like that, yeah. So So that's all. That's all this thing needs. Other than that, it just needs input of water, which isn't too hard to get. I have a pump here, and I think this is a bridge. Is this a bridge? It is a splitter. Okay, this splitter, and yeah, this splitter can do one. I can move these pumps closer together. Pumps can be closer together. Stash these pipe here, there. I just need a second thing of water. If it's possible, I might be able to fit this all here. Okay, so what I need after that is I need. Okay, so this expanded crucible. These packaging units actually are the next problem. Let's see here. There is one spot on each side. So these just need the only thing that's left from these, other than this thing, which is just gonna get. Let's go ahead and set that up. You know, do them one thing at a time. So I need shredding unit, and those are each gonna get their own depot and letter. Okay, that's good. So that's already set up. There we go. And then, okay, that's all that. These give Jincow. These go into the shredding units. Turn into Jincow powder. Go into here with the water to make Jincow solution. Those go out into both filling units. Actually, no. One of these is going to be Jincow. The other is Yajin. Going to make Jincow and Yajin powder. Those are each going to make their own liquid, which is going to go into each of them are going to go into a filling unit, which are going to go to their own packaging unit. Each packaging unit is going to be producing its own separate object. One packaging unit, and you remember this, one packaging unit is just, one packaging unit is going to be Jincow T, and the other is going to be Yajin Syringe A. Both of the same tier of thing, and therefore require the same other objects. So that's all this is. The other thing I now need to do is the bottles that go into the filling units. So all that needs on each side is, of course, depot unloader. Those are going to be cuprium. Those go into a refining unit along with water. This one will be slightly over so that it can do water. It is going to be off for now. Wait, that was the wrong off, wasn't it? Nope. Did I mispress something? Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so this is the water version. Those produce cuprium. That then needs to be turned into... No. I don't think there's enough space for that. Well, there will be enough space if I do this. If I do this... They are also going to both need their own sewage thing. That goes into a refining unit, and then that goes into a molding unit. I need to make sure I avoid blocking the expanded crucible on this side. It goes into this. It shouldn't block it. And then do the same thing on this side. Make sure it's not blocking it. And then those go, so. Molding units then go into the filling units. Of course, these can't block pipes, so I don't have to worry about that. Get rid of that. Then, this also gives me enough space for water on the sides of each shredder, or the power on the sides of each shredder. And those go into all of these. And then the last thing I need is the parts, which get their own depot unloaders. So, depot access, depot unloader here, and a depot unloader here. Not perfectly, aligned, but it's whatever. These are producing nothing but the last material. They go all the way over to these packages. Give me a moment. I have to move this little production thing here real quickly. It's got to just get moved one down from where it already is. That's it. All it has to do. And then I take this pipe, and this just goes one over. There we go. Okay. That lets me do this side. It goes from here, up and over this, down here, up and over, and then all the way down to this packaging unit. Okay. This is looking great. Actually, I can fix this if I just move everything over one. Let me take this, stash entire belt, and then stash this. I grab everything here. I grab everything, every pipe, every other object. I'm going to take it and I'm going to move it from its original position, which is this, to here. Because it gives me enough space to actually make it even. So now I go here, depot access, depot unloader, and this goes over here. And then I can, Wait, what the? Oh, what the fuck? No. What are you doing? It's coming out of the wrong thing for some reason. I was like, what the fuck? That doesn't look right. I was like, there's no way that's blocking it. I made sure it wouldn't. Turns out I did. Go up, round to here, then down, and then over. And down, and over, and then down, all the way to the last package here. It goes in here, and in here. Nearly perfectly symmetrical too. Awesome. Okay, that should be everything, I think, actually. other than the power, which is something I need to worry about. Electric pylons. I can have one on each side of this. Keeping that symmetricality going, you know. And then only one thing is needed to power all four of these. I can stop this from being off now. And then this refining is the only thing I don't have on. Which brings up to just 4.0K, or 4.06. So that's good. This water is unblocked, so I can go grab water for this. I should be able to fit 2 things of water. Resourcing, fluid pump. So, how much water flow is there here? There's no space here. I'm going to put one here, and then put another over here. These both need power. Thank God these are close enough. Shearonite pylon here. Shearonite pylon here. Not in that spot, actually. Just move it here. Water pump. Water needs to go all the way up and into this. So I'm going to have it go here, one over, and here. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm probably going to need a fluid tank for this one. And it goes over here, right here. Please don't need a fluid tank. Okay, thank God. It is just barely within range of not needing a fluid tank. So that means that expanded crucible is now getting water, which is all it needs. Okay, and then let's settle these. So this needs to be cuprium part, along with this one. This one also needs to be cuprium part. You know, those go into each of the packaging units. Okay. This needs to be raw cuprium, along with this one. Speaking of, these also need water. I'm remembering. So I'm going to bring water over to them real quick. Resourcing. There should be enough space for 2 more, I think. One here, and then one like. Where are you snapping to? Why do you keep? Okay. See, there's not enough water here, weirdly enough. I think, is there water somewhere else around here? I can't remember. Unfortunately, no. I can take water from this. This doesn't need as much water. One of these can go all the way up. All the way up. This can go like out here and into the refining unit. It's not too long, good enough. Okay. And then the second pump I put all the way over here, which itself needs power. Has come out all the way out and then around to this one going in the other way. I don't know how that wasn't long enough, Sorry how that wasn't too long, but okay. We'll take it. That should eventually start producing water. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, press that. These are both cuprium. One of these needs to be Jinkow, and the other needs to be Yajin. And those are going into the expanded crucible. The expanded crucible should be making, yeah, both Yajin solution and Jinkow solution. It doesn't matter which one goes which, as long as one goes in one and the other goes from the other. So I'll make this Jinkow and this Yajin. So this is producing both kinds of liquid. They look the same coming into here, which is weird, but this one of these is producing the Jinkow, the other is producing Yajin. Those are all going to go into these packaging units. Hold on, I'm realizing a problem. Give me one moment to fix this. I need to move this, like, here. Because I have to move these, like, one over from each other. This has to go into here. This can go into here. So this can go into here. I forgot to move the bottles. But that fixes it anyway, so. Yeah, look at that. So these should start producing bottles. Those bottles are going to each go into one of these. It's packaging units. Hold on. This one I need to stash. No, not the facility. What are you clicking? Stash grid. So that starts producing Jinkow tea. Yep. And then those can each go into their own protocol stashes, because I'm just nice like that. They get their own protocol stashes. But because it's just not worth it to craft, to make multiple of them here. One here, and one on the other side, the other direction. One goes here, the other goes here. And that is a dual producing Jinkow Yajin production line using only one crucible. Okay, but this means I have to go back here to the core AIC area, and I have to delete the existing Jinkow tea production we made just earlier. So let's go fix that really quickly. This entire thing needs to be deleted. We don't need it anymore, so I'm going to just... It doesn't mess with anything, so it's fine. Don't need either of these, because those were just going directly into here. I don't want to delete that. We stash all of this. And then I can throw a bunch of this into... And of course, like normal, all the extra plants and stuff that I have too much of can go right here. But that, by itself, is now... Please shut up. Is now producing both items, which is actually insane. Oh, it's raining here now. But yeah, this is awesome. This is definitely... If CE5 and Arknights is my magnum opus, the dual Jinkow Yajin production line is my magnum opus here. This is not powered. Wait, what's not filling right now? Oh, right. One last thing I forgot to do. Water treatment. Yeah, so I completely forgot about this. It's pretty normal to forget about this sometimes when you're dealing with the Cuprium, but I have to find the specific things. I need to find all their outputs. This is producing sewage, which I can't utilize in any way here. So that's just going to go into the water treatment unit. Same with this one. These ones taken out of here. I just need to go out here. That's annoying. I'm going to go out here. Nope, stop. Out this. Okay. I have to go all the way out here. So I can go around here. If I can do that. Okay. I hate that you can't put these things, the like belt bridges and stuff, over these. It's really annoying. Okay, but that should fix everything. Anyways, I was wondering, I was like, why the heck isn't it doing anything? Okay, so this is my magnum opus here. It is literally just it is just it is just two things right next to each other that are just using one central piece. I definitely think this is the biggest item in the game. It is massive. It is gargantuan. What is it called again? Expanded. I was trying to remember which the EX word was. Expanded crucible. Yeah, all it is Jinkow, Caprium part, which is, or Yajin Caprium part, which is the same as the normal thing as normally, but it takes up slightly less space and is using one singular central system. Oh yeah, that reminds me. The reason I noticed things weren't working. Another electric pylon. Actually, no, I can just take the one that's here and move it one forward. Wait, it should be powering. Oh, fuck, how this works. Okay. Hold on, I'm going to move it right here. Well, even then, I have to move it here to be even. I don't know. Now I'm going to grab all of this. I'm going to just ignore the protocol stashes. People can put those wherever they want. That, this, that, this, both of these. I'm trying to grab everything. The water is not something I'm going to grab because that's just a little weird to do. I can grab the first thing of the water. Which side is the okay? This side is the water going in. And same with this. I need that. I need the pylons, the water treatment units, and of course, the expanded crucible. Oh, and this one power line. Okay, I'm going to save this blueprint. It is absolutely massive. It is 26 by 34, which still isn't bad for width, because the actual depot bus space it's using is only this, which is nice. It's technically only 18, but it needs more space. But I mean, it's still completely even. Like, look at this. This is awesome. It's using exactly 20 space. The other 6 just comes from the water treatment units, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're what give it the width. I love it all like surrounding this one expanded crucible. It's awesome. Man crucible. Chin cow. Yajin. Dual. Fuck. Dual. Liquid. Dual liquid. Money maker. I'm gonna call it that. Money maker. I use solution. Seed, ling, complex, and I can't do both. Plant. No, bottle. Save. Wait for it to not be under review anymore. There it is. There's the share code at the bottom of the little picture snapshot thingy. You can probably see it better than I can. But yeah, there we go. And once again, here are a bunch of the other ones I have. Here's my compact heat knight production. Here is my liquid heavy shear knight production. Here's my standard capacity wooling battery production at max efficiency. Here is the symbol soda I was using earlier, in case you wanted for some reason. Max efficiency production for shear knights. Low capacity wooling battery one. And that's pretty much all I really care about that's in here. A lot of this other stuff is, other stuff. There's, of course, my older shear knight ones, but these are kind of shit. This is the first one I ever made. This is the second one I ever made. And of course, you have like this stuff that I have default set up in here. Really enough, I don't have the Yajin one in here. Well, to be fair, the Yajin and Jinkai ones are so easy to set up. I don't need to use a blueprint for it anymore. A lot of this stuff is also like really old. Like I don't need that anymore. But yeah. This is my magnum opus. This is my I love this. This is awesome.